Hey y'all, welcome back. So I know I did this massive declutter on my cream face products as well as my eyeshadow palettes. I'm not going to do anything as in-depth. I'm just going to go with my gut because I know that some of these are going to go. These are my powder cheek products. So I'm going to pull out the ones that I have multiples of, which is most of them. Actually, maybe I'll do the singles first, get those out of the way, and then we'll work on the multiples. So grab a snack, grab a drink, and just relax, and let's declutter some blushes, bronzers, and highlighters. All right, the first two, these are not going anywhere. These are two of my Hourglass palettes. This is the ambient lighting palette from a couple years ago. I do really love this palette. I love the packaging. I like the color story. The highlighter is a little too gold for me, but the rest of the shades work really nicely. And if I'm looking for a pop of coral or a pop of pink, it's all right in this palette. I also have been using this, I can't remember what they call it, but it's like a diffusing face powder. And it's so, so pretty. And like, I love jellyfish. They're one of my favorite animals. So I'm gonna keep this one. I also have this little guy. I have had this for ages. I bought this back when everything was being made of this awful translucent plastic. I hate it. I think it's tacky. The back is broken. So you can see there the lid is separating from the component, but I don't care. I love these blushes. They're just like the other palette. They're really beautiful. The highlighters I can wear as long as I put them over a blush, which is 90% of the time how I wear my highlight. But yeah, these two little palettes are going to stay. The quality is really good. I am surprised at how long this palette has lasted. I want to say I've had this about 8-9 years. I'll have to look at when my ex and I first went to the Ren Fair because that was the first day I wore this. I purchased this in 2019. These are my individual powder blushes. These are things that I don't have duplicates of. So I want to go through these. I don't know if I'm going to declutter any of these really, but we'll have to see. Let's start up here. We'll push these out of the way so that we have a clear space to work. So this is Westman Atelier. This is Coquette and Mimi. I don't really feel like I've had a chance to bond with this and really get to know this because my collection is so oversaturated. So I want to keep this and hopefully use it more in the future. This is the Oma Double Take Sculpting and Bronzing Powder. I've had this for a long time. As far as I know, it still is really nice and smooth. It is a little sticky. It's not blending out as nicely as I would like it. And I have a backup. I have a new one. So I'm going to declutter this and maybe wait to see how I feel before opening the new one. I don't know if this is still available. I purchased my new one at JCPenney at the makeup counter, the little Sephora counter or not Sephora, the non-Sephora beauty section of JCPenney. That's going to get decluttered simply via its age. Pat McGrath. This is Flirtatious. I don't have another blush that is as this is a really unique blush. It doesn't seem like it would be, but it is. And it's just an all-encompassing, really beautiful, easy to use blush. Again, I don't feel like I've gotten as much use out of it as I would like, but I do think of it, I remember it's there, and sometimes I do reach for it. So I want it to remain in my collection. Giorgio Armani. So this is shade 11. This has been pretty well used. I don't know how I would feel about reselling it. I might be willing to pass it along because I don't remember the last time I reached for it. So it's a beige, it's pretty nice and warm, but I think this would be better suited in the hands of a friend. All right, this little hourglass bronzer. I feel so bad. I've had this for a really long time and it's beautiful. This is, I think it's bronze dim light, or it's dim bronze light. It's a light bronzer. Again, it gets lost because it's so little and I want to remember it's there more. So I'm going to find a way to remember to use this. I'm not going to project pan it. I don't do well with panning powders. I get bored. But I do really like this and I would like to find a way to use it. I am wondering if maybe, just maybe, I could pop out this highlight or this bronzer and replace it with this. Maybe I'll do some research on depotting Hourglass products and see where that gets me. Because I have 2 shades in here that I would be willing to swap out for that bronzer. The bronzer in here is just a little too orange for my taste. I do like this highlight. It doesn't come off as like horrendously orange or gold on my fair skin. So maybe I'd keep the highlighter and depot the bronzer. I think that would be an interesting experiment. Hopefully I won't ruin anything. This is Charlotte Tilbury. This is her contour palette. The Hollywood Sculpt and Glow in the lightest shade. Apparently she did start making the darker shades in the mini. This is just a mini, and the minis last me forever. I can't imagine going through an entire package, an entire pan of the large version of this. This is new. I've only recently, within the last year, opened it because I did finish the same product. Yeah, I finished one of these and then I replaced it because it is something that I don't want to be without. This is going to stay. All right, let's talk these Bare Minerals products. So I pulled these out because one of these is a highlighty blush and the other is just a basic pink blush. I think this really pretty pink blush would better suit a friend. I've had this a long time and I don't reach for it. If I want pink, I'll reach for Flirtatious. I'll reach for Behave by NARS. There are so many other pink blushes in my life. I don't feel the need to keep this. I'm at a point in my life where I tend to reach for creams more. So culling down my powders doesn't feel as overwhelming. This I used recently and I really liked the effect. I'm gonna have to wear it again before I get an actual opinion about it. I'm gonna do a wrap up at the end of this project because some things have changed. Some things have gone from I'm gonna keep and pan it to I'm just gonna get rid of it. But this I think I'm gonna hang on to and play with some more. And if I haven't really gotten more use out of it, by the time I declutter again, I'm gonna chop it. These are both sticking around. This is the lightest shade of the Gucci bronzer. I love this thing. I love it. The packaging is lovely. I mean, look at that color. It's beautiful. I don't love the lift up pan situation, but I think in the age of smaller packaging and being more attuned to how much plastic and how much product we're using to make these components, I think we are moving away from these products with the liftable pans. This did come with a little brush. The brush is now in my ceramics bag and I do use it. It's a nice little tool and I use it. But I laugh about using the little brush from my Gucci bronzer in my ceramics bag. It tickles my pickle in a really fun way. This looks like ND for neurodivergent. It's not. It's Natasha Denona. This is one of the prettiest highlights in the world. This is the Natasha Denona High Gen. Like, this is a almost cream to powder hybrid formula. And it is so stinking pretty. It's got this translucent creamy base that just fills in. It doesn't sink into fine lines. It's really easy to use. I love this highlighter. So again, she gonna stay. She gonna stay. All right, I think we need to talk about some stuff that I know is gonna go. So these are, why are these all like this? 3, 4, 5. These are 5 Make Beauty blushes. I think a good number of these are gonna go. So let's go through these one at a time. Here we have Celestial Rose. Celestial Rose is a matte brown. It is really pretty, but if I want this shade, I will go to RMS Maiden's Blush because I like that formula just a little bit better. So Celestial Rose is gonna go. So is Mystic Mauve. I just don't reach for this. I have Infatuated from NARS again, if I want something like this. It is really pretty, but again, I think it will be better suited to either sell or pass along to a friend. I do have some other Make Beauty products that I'm selling, so maybe I'll just bundle these into that. New Moon is also gonna go. I know that the last time I did a declutter, I decided to get rid of this, and then I used it again and it sucked me back into keeping it. I'm not gonna let that happen again because I don't reach for it. I just don't use it. This is Cosmic. Because I got rid of the Bare Minerals, actually let me do a little side-by-side swatch because this palette also has a bright pink in it. And right now I'm not thinking about the fact that these pans pop out. That's irrelevant at this point. So I have this hot pink glowy blush. I think it's going to be a little more cool toned than Cosmic. Yeah, there's very little difference. I'm also going to declutter Cosmic. Wow, I only thought I'd declutter 3 of those, but I've got 4 of them on the chopping block. And this last one is Amber Glow. I'm going to keep this. I really like this blush, and being the only one left in my collection, it'll be easier to see and identify. The problem is with all of these, like just nestled and magnetized together, I can't tell which is which. So I am going to get rid of these 4, which is jarring and completely unexpected, but I'm going to do it. I got to do it. I can't keep blushes that I just don't use. All right, while we're on the topic of Make Beauty, we're going to talk about these bronzers. One of these is Lunar and the other is Full Moon. Lunar is one of my favorite middle of the summer, sun-kissed, beautiful bronzers. It does have a bit of orange in it, but it's still more sedate than almost anything else I've tried. Solar is a little bit more cool toned. So Solar sits right in the middle of this cool rosiness from the Gucci and the warm orange tone in the Lunar. So this is going to stay, and I'm going to keep loving on it because I do reach for these bronzers. Let's talk about 5 blushes that are definitely going to stay. So here I have Fire Moon from House Labs. This is Fire Moon from House Labs. It's unlike anything else I own, and this formula is so soft and so smooth. This is a rich, bricky terracotta. It's unique. I don't have anything else like this. I have worn this as a bronzer, and it works for that too. So it is a multifaceted cheek product. I'm going to hang on to it. Pomelo Peach. Unlike Ember Glow, this has a bit more pink in it because it is peach. And once again, that is a standalone product. I don't have anything else that's that peach, at least not in a powder. All three of my NARS blushes. So we have Infatuated, Behave, one of my favorites, and Amour, which is a little bit more orange than Ember Glow, but it's a little less saturated than Fire Moon. Behave is just a beautiful pink beige. It's a warm beige that is just gorgeous. Infatuated is the same color, but it's a little more deep. And I do reach for these. I do use them. These pans do pop out of the component. There's a little hole in the back. So if I do, you know, travel, which I haven't been doing a lot of, these will be easy to take. And they'll take the place of the Make Beauty in my esteem. Just a little softer, more pliable formula. And this is it. This is the last 5 I've got. So we have, I'm just going to open all of these. Hanky Panky, Maiden's Blush, Crystal Slipper, Bohemian Girl, and Sangria. So the 2 that I reach for most out of this collection are Maiden's Blush. This is one of my favorite blushes. It's not going anywhere. Crystal Slipper, not going anywhere. Hanky Panky, I don't use as much as I would like, but I also forget that it's there because it gets lost in this sea of white packaging. But this is really unique. I don't have anything else like it. So it is going to stay. These last 2. So Sangria is a lot like New Moon. It is this beautiful reddy pink. Oh, I was about to declutter this, but now I don't know. I don't know. And Bohemian Girl is another, it's a peachy pink and it's got a beautiful reflect. These are just the prettiest formula. I love these blushes. And since I've gotten rid of so much already, I think I'm going to keep all of these because they'll have more space to live and I'll have more space to see them in my bin. So we're going to load I'm going to count these. I'm going to count how many I've kept, how many I'm decluttering, and we'll end the video there. I expected this to be much longer and much more arduous, but once I started talking through the products that I wanted to declutter, it just started making more sense. I am a verbal processor, so I can think one thing, and then once I start like talking it through, it's something completely different. So this is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Come on, there's room for everybody. 18. All right. Oh, wow, that looks so nice. So we've got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I have 22 face products, including palettes. I'm not counting each pan individually. That's just not happening. I just went into my everyday makeup bin and realized that I had forgotten to show y'all 2 more. So this is the House Labs bronzer. This is in light level 1. I have gotten some really good use out of it, and I really enjoy this bronzer, so it's gonna stay. As is this Victoria Beckham bronzer. I use this to counter out the brightness under my eyes and just matte everything down a little bit if it's too shiny. And you can see I have hit pan in this, and the pan is growing, and it's really, really exciting. I don't know what to do with the other side. The other side of this is really bizarre. And I wish that she would just sell this alone because this is really special. But this is going to stay too, and this brings my overall total up to 24. 24 is perfectly acceptable, especially since these 2 were just living in my everyday makeup bin, and they're stuff that I reach for every day. So there you go. So I'm going to put these back in the bin, and then I'll count how many I've decluttered and figure out where they're going to go. That's it, y'all. That's it. Oh my God. I feel like I can see everything in this bin. Things are no longer getting dwarfed or eclipsed. I'm thrilled. Absolutely. Let's take a look at, oh, forgot this guy. Poor little man. He always gets left behind. So I am decluttering 7 of these. So now I need to figure out what am I going to do with these. I think the 4 Make Beauty blushes are going to get bundled with my other Make Beauty products. I think I have another blush and a bronzer that I've already decluttered. So these are just going to go with that, and I'm going to sell them as a bundle. The Oma is going to get cleaned out and recycled. This has lived a good long life, and I am so appreciative of just, it's so easy. It's not really a bronzer, it's not really a blush, it's just this in-between color that wakes up the face without bringing out too much color. It's really unusual, and I love it. But this one has been around a long time, and it's starting to show signs of wear. So I'm going to declutter this. It's going to get tossed. I haven't decided on the Armani. This has been used a bit, but I'm willing to bet if I clean it up and sanitize it, I can sell it for a few dollars online. These are so pretty, and they're really expensive. I think pound for pound, these are the most expensive blushes at Sephora. I don't even know if they make these anymore. So this should be pretty easy to sell. And then we have, what is this? Kiss of Pink from Bare Minerals. This is going to go to a friend. It's going to go to a friend. I'm seeing a bunch of people tomorrow. So I will film a wrap up, and then I will take all of the stuff to them, and they can go through it and enjoy it and have some fun with it. So I got rid of 7, and I kept 22. That is thrilling. That really feels like a declutter well done. So Thank you so much for joining me. If this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Rachel. I'm an artist, I'm neurodivergent, I'm also disabled, and I love beauty, but at this point in my life, I'm trying to cull things down to a manageable size. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, share, send it to your friends. And I hope that you are taking care of yourself so you can take care of each other. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye, friends.